Hey YouTube. These are all the challenges that I've done, starting from the very first challenge to the most recent, and I thought I would rank them from my favorites to my least favorite. Now, trying to like figure out where I'm gonna put them, I do have a few factors in that regard. So the first one, was it actually challenging? Was it a challenge? Did I struggle? Did I have to look at the game from a different perspective? How many attempts did it take? Stuff like that. Now, on the flip side, was it fun? Did I enjoy doing the challenge? Did I have a blast? Or did I have moments where I wanted to rip my hair out? Or I was thinking maybe I don't do this challenge? Or what choices in my life led me to doing this challenge? The third factor is, would I do this again? Or some sort of like variation of the challenge. So for example, Arkham Asylum, if I get hit, I restart from checkpoint. Maybe I wouldn't do that again, but maybe I would do it for Arkham City or Arkham Origins, you know, some of the other Arkham games, stuff like that. Now that we got that out of the way, I think it's time to get started. The first challenge, can you beat Cyberpunk without V killing anyone? AKA the no killing percent series. This is my most popular challenge. It's a 6-part series, making it my biggest project ever. And just the impact that it had on my channel is completely insane. Like, all my videos are, they've done pretty well in the algorithm. But if we push all of that aside, right? If we push away the fact that it made a huge impact on my channel, they did very good in the algorithm. I've met some pretty cool people because of this challenge, right? If we just push that away aside just for a little bit, and we just focus on the challenge itself, what are my thoughts on it? Was it fun? It was 50-50. There were times where I was having a blast with it. There were other times where, while I was recording, I was trying not to fall asleep because I had to basically sit in a spot and wait for way too long for something to happen. So it was very, it was 50-50 for the most part. Challenging, it was challenging. It definitely made me look at the game from a different perspective. It made me experiment with different outcomes. But to me, that's what was the fun about it. It was, you know, going through the trial and error, seeing what it could work, and see if it was even possible. That would be pretty much the challenge aspect of it. Would I do it again? That's the question there. And I've hinted about doing no killing percent for 2.0, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I will. And honestly, it's just because now that I'm doing my challenges live and I'm streaming it, I would like the challenges that I do to be entertaining for you guys. And I really do not think that me sitting in a corner for hours and hours on end is going to be entertaining for you guys as well as entertaining for me. Now, I know we all sat through the Jackie thing for 3 hours, right? But imagine that's like, you know, weeks of streams, right? I just don't think that's going to be fun. So definitely probably will not do it again. B tier is what you're hearing. I think B tier is going to be a good spot for it. Listen, I know this was a huge budget project that I did, and I will forever be grateful for the impact that it has had on my channel. I'm forever grateful for it. But if we're looking at it directly as a challenge, I'm thinking probably like a B tier. You know, maybe even A. Yeah, I think I'll put it in A tier. I think that's fine. I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about like the impact that it has and put that into consideration, but I feel like I can't really ignore that. Because if it wasn't for this challenge, my channel would not be where it's at. So, all right, next up we have, oh my God, this one. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is my one and only Borderlands challenge that I have done thus far. Can you beat the pre-sequel using only Claptrap's action skill? Was it fun? No. Was it challenging? It was stupid. Would I do this again? No. This one was absolute garbage. But you know what? Even though I despise this challenge so much. It definitely was eye-opening for me because it definitely made me realize what, I guess, like what my limits are in terms of doing challenges. Because like, if you're gonna do this, you just have to have a level of patience that I just don't personally have. I really don't. And I kind of thought I would have the level of patience since I did the no killing percent series, but with this it was different because you had to wait for the action skill to go off cooldown, and then because it's completely random, it's just absolutely like, it's so hard to, oh man. It was my second challenge, but then I threw in the towel. Like, I didn't even finish the game. I gave up because I just did not have it in me to do it anymore. So, yeah. Nope, D tier all the way. Okay, Resident Evil 4 Randomizer. So this is the randomizer for the OG. There is one for Remake. This one is for the OG Resident Evil 4. I would say it was fun. Fun as in, like, you don't know what enemies you're gonna get. Are you going to get a bunch of Verdugos? Are you going to get a bunch of Island Boys? Which, you know, is what we happen to get. We just got a bunch of Island Boys, which was kind of annoying. Challenging, absolutely, 100%. It really did test your knowledge about the game. Would I do this again? Oh, absolutely. I definitely think I would. Especially because, well, for one, I did try it a couple of times, but then, you know, hopefully the next time we do this, I'm not going to get all the Island Boys like I did. Because again, that was so freaking annoying. Yeah, I definitely say it was more fun than no killing percent. I think I'll put it in A tier. Okay, so these ones, I'm going to rank these both together. These were my first permadeath runs in Resident Evil 2, Claire A, and Leon A. I did it on hardcore, got the S+ with no saves and no deaths. This would be the start of my Resident Evil permadeaths, which I have done 4 at this point. I do plan on doing more. I mean, let's be real. RE2 Remake, goated ass game. I love RE2. And I think this was honestly a really good starting point for doing permadeaths because it's a game that I'm very familiar with. So it didn't take me many attempts. In fact, I think both of these, I finished them in the same stream that I started like attempts, which was nice, which was cool. But yeah, I mean, both of these were pretty fun. Were they fun? Absolutely. I enjoyed them. Challenging, not for me personally, just because I played these games. So I just played the game so many times. So I knew the route. I knew how to deal with the bosses and stuff like that. I'll put them in A tier. I think I'll put them both up here. I'll put Leon right here though, because I would argue that Leon's is a little bit more challenging because he has to deal with Mr. X more. Claire just gets an extra fight with Birkin, but you have the minigun. It's such a free fight. You just get the minigun, you run around the train cart, like you're fine. If you die at that part, then you're just absolutely bad at the game. Not that I've ever died at that part. Oh god, no. I would never. Liza Pipe, the New Game Plus, all bosses with the pipe wrench. This would be the start of the pipe meme. So for those who are wondering, where does the pipe come from? What's the joke about it? What's the context? You can thank this challenge right here. This challenge started it all. And for that alone, I'm throwing it up here. I mean, for real, it was really fun challenge. I mean, it was challenging because it's a Souls-like, so obviously it's going to be a bit challenging, but it was definitely doable. Our damage was absolutely insane. And would I do this again? Oh, absolutely. I would use the pipe wrench again, without a doubt. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game. Unironically, it's so much fun to use. Especially if you get the pipe head and then you put on the police baton, you just melt bosses. It's absolutely disgusting. All right, we'll talk about the next one here. This one was Cyberpunk, but I can't level up. No attributes and no skills. And by no attributes, it's just all of them were at 3 the entire time. So when I went into this run, I was expecting it to be really tough, right? Because it's like, I don't have any attributes. All my attributes are at 3. I don't have any skills. All I have are weapons and cyberware. It took the biggest 180 because like the game just became so easy. Even without attributes or skills. Like, I was surprised just how easy it was to beat this game. I will admit, Oda was definitely a struggle. But other than that, and then while I was fighting Oda, the whole Bobby Shmurda bit happened. So, on top of that, but other than that, It really was not that challenging. I think we beat it in like 4 streams. We beat the game in like 4 streams, so definitely was not challenging. I'd say it was fun. And would I do it again? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if I do it again, it'd be like, maybe I restrict my... Oh wait, no. Now that I think about it, chat, I think I actually made it so that way I only use basic cyberware. So I didn't even have like cyberware. It was literally just the weapons. Damn, what a game. But like if I do it again, maybe I like restrict, you know, upgrading the weapons and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I'll just put it in B tier. I think I'll just put it in B. All right, next one. Lies of P with the Golden Lie. This run was kind of disappointing. Is the Golden Lie very flashy? Oh, absolutely. It's a fun weapon to like, you know, freaking swing and stuff. But the damage was pretty mediocre. You can't really use the block function that it has because you just take damage anyways. I don't know. It's especially because like in order to get the weapon, you have to like do so much. You have to tell like as many lies as possible, or you had to listen to the records. Which I mean, thankfully the music in that game is phenomenal, so that doesn't bother me a bit. But like just all that you have to do to get this weapon, and then you finally get it, and it just kind of underperforms compared to other weapons in the game. Not the most fun, but I'll give it points for being flashy and just having really cool animations. Challenging, I mean, it's a Souls-like, just like with the pipe run. I mean, I would argue it was more challenging than the pipe, because with the pipe, we just fucking destroyed everything. And then would I do it again? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to use the Golden Lie again. It just was not... It just didn't click with me. And I definitely think it lacked actual, like, damage compared to other weapons. So, I think, yeah, I think I'll put it in C tier. All right, here is the GOAT. Oh my god. I still can't believe I pulled this one off. So this is RE4 Remake on Professional, getting the S+ with no saves and no deaths. This was such a jump from RE2 and then went straight to RE4 Remake. And this right here is probably one of my favorites. This definitely took many of attempts, and it took me weeks to like figure out all the strats for the chapters and what items to pick up, what to sell. I don't know if I have the notepad anymore, but I literally had like a notepad on like my second monitor that told me like everything to get, everything to buy, everything to sell. I kind of had a cheat sheet, but I really needed it because there's just so much. The game is so long, and there's just like, if I forget one thing, that could be detrimental. So a lot of work went into this run, but it definitely paid off. It was absolutely fantastic. It's definitely one of my favorites for sure. Absolutely fun, absolutely challenging. And would I do it again? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll do it with the randomizer at some point. Probably not. That sounds like torture, but maybe. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I think, yeah, no, definitely up here. Definitely one of my favorites. What do we have up next? All right, Batman Arkham Asylum. But if I take a hit, I restart from checkpoint. This challenge, besides the Poison Ivy fight, was a lot of fun. The only time that I absolutely hated this game and I hated this challenge was the Poison Ivy fight, because it took over 80 attempts. And now looking back on it, I probably could have reduced that number, like cut it in half, if I actually like knew what I was doing. But yeah, absolutely a pretty banger of a challenge if you ask me. I definitely have the idea of trying to do this with maybe Arkham City, which is actually my favorite Arkham game in the franchise. Also, the video came out very well. It was absolutely hilarious. I still laugh at it. It's my own freaking video, but I still laugh at it. I love the edits that I did for it. Yeah, it was fun. Besides the Poison Ivy fight, everything else was fun. Definitely challenging. I had to be very careful with what I did. I had to make some pretty, you know, big decisions. And I think I do want to put it in an S tier, but I don't. I'm gonna put it behind the pipe run because of Poison Ivy. If it wasn't for the Poison Ivy fight and how baloney butt that fight is, it would be higher, but yeah. I mean, any challenges in S tier is gonna be just gonna be one of my favorites. Oh god, this one. this is another stinker, if I'm being completely real with you guys. So this one is Resident Evil 2, but every enemy is a Tyrant or Mr. X. And then I had the very genius idea to install the fixed camera angles mod. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did this to myself. Why did I torture myself like this? Yeah, this one sucked. The video is very funny. I put a lot of work into the video, but actually doing this challenge was a pain like no other. That was so hard. It was torture. Yeah. It actually felt like hell, but my stubborn ass proceeded onwards. I still don't know how I managed to beat the game because I was getting so frustrated. Like, I don't think there is a single challenge that I have done where I have gotten that angry and that frustrated and just annoyed. Because like with this one, sure, I was annoyed, but I knew when to stop. With this one, I just kept going. And I don't know why I did that. Would I say it was worse though? I don't think it's worse than the Claptrap one. It wasn't fun. Challenging just doesn't... how do I describe it? Because, like, yeah, it was challenging, but it was also just, like, complete... It was complete BS at times. But again, it's my own fault. I installed those mods. I could have just taken one of them. I could have taken off the fixed camera angles mod at any point, but I chose not to because I was stubborn. Yeah, I think I'll put it here. Again, I think the video is fantastic. It's definitely one of my better videos. You are stubborn in every challenge. I am. I can't even deny that, Lambed. I am very stubborn. All right, next one. This one's kind of a hidden gem. So this is Resident Evil Revelations, but it's the bonus level on the raid mode called Ghost Ship, and I did it solo at level 46, where the recommended level is 50. And I did this because I really wanted that pirate jail outfit. If you guys know, if you guys if you guys look up the pirate jail outfit from Revelations, you'll understand why I wanted this outfit. It looks so clean. It is so... It's such a beautiful skin. I wish like, can we get the pirate jail outfit in Dead by Daylight? How would I compare these to the other challenges though? I mean, it was fun. That didn't sound so convincing though. Honestly, in terms of like fun challenge, it definitely was challenging. The challenging part being you have to use the knife on the final boss on Norman because you just don't have any ammo left. But yeah, there's not really much else to say about it. I mean, it's fun. A little bit of challenging here and there, especially with having to use the knife, and also you have limited heals, so that definitely can make it a bit tough. Would I do it again? Probably not 46, but I definitely would be down to do Ghost Ship again because it's a really fun level. Maybe top of A tier. No, let's put it on B tier for now. I mean, less than no killing percent though. Yeah, no, we'll put it up here. Next up, we have the currently my most recent Resident Evil Permadeath. Resident Evil Village. No saves, no deaths. Man, I might hurt some people's feelings with this one. Cause I'm on the fence with Village. I know this isn't not a like review of Village, but this one's definitely my least favorite permadeath that I've done. It's just not my favorite one. As a permadeath though, I will admit, as a permadeath, it can be fun. There are some instances where, you know, it's pretty stressful, high octane. It just sucks that if you die and you start over, starting the game over is just so annoying because, like, picture this, right? Actually, I'll tell you what actually happened. I had one attempt. Actually, Lambeth and Hannah, you guys might remember this one specifically because we were arguing about Octopussy for some reason, and how it's an actual James Bond movie, but I didn't believe you guys. And I died during the Moreau fight, And while all of that was happening, I had to restart the game. Yeah, I said it. What you thought you heard is what I said. Just throwing that out there. It was karma. It was iconic. But yeah, so I died, started a new playthrough. You have this long sequence with you holding your baby, and then you get into a fight with Mia, and then, you know, and then all of that happens, and then Chris shows up, and he's edgy as fuck for some reason, and then all that, and then you have to walk through some snow for way too many minutes, way too long, and then you get to a village, name drop, and then you find a house, you get a gun, and then you walk around some more, and then the Lycan Horde starts, which is a timed thing. It's not like in RE4, where in RE4, if you kill the Ganados, the time decreases when you're in the raid, or when you're in the Horde. It's completely time-based. So it takes like 7 or 8 minutes. I'm gonna say 7 minutes for the memes. 7 minutes. And then after that, you gotta do some more walking. It's not a fun game to replay. It really isn't, especially in a permadeath scenario where it's like, you're just like, great, I have to go through all this again. So when I finally beat the game, it was great. It felt good, realizing, you know, and then also I got all the achievements in the game, so that I have physically no reason to play the game again, at least not anytime soon, because it became one of my most played Resident Evil games, and I just can't. Listen, I love Lady Domitresque. We all do. We all want a vampire Domi mommy at some point, you know. We all have those feelings. They're valid. We've all been there. But yeah, no. I'm definitely going to put this in like bottom of B. Not Mama D. B. Listen, Lady Domitresque. She's an S tier, but she's in a B tier game. She's unfortunately in a B tier game. It sucks. It's terrible. I hate it. I feel bad for her. I wish she somehow makes a comeback. It would be great. All right, Cyberpunk. So obviously I took a massive break from Cyberpunk, and I gave you guys a grand return with the throwing knives only. I think we all know what happened in throwing knives, at least in the beginning. The 3-hour Sandra Dorset mission. The video is definitely one of my favorites. The challenge itself, really, really fun. I would even use the word satisfying. It was a satisfying challenge. Every single knife toss that landed, especially a headshot, was just, it's so good. It really is one of the most satisfying things in Cyberpunk, is to get a headshot with a knife. I will die on that hill. I don't freaking care. Challenging? I mean, it was challenging at first, but then as I got the iconics and we got them leveled up, and as I got more throwing knife skills, the game definitely became a bit trivial. Smasher did kind of give me a hard time, but that's just because he wouldn't stop moving, and he also had a lot of health. But other than that, it wasn't the most challenging, but it was certainly one of the more satisfying runs that I have done. I'll put it right here. I think I'll put it here. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the Pipe Run. The goated, the legendary Cyberpunk Pipe Run. How I became a legend using the steel pipe. I think there's only one place. I would put this one. All right. Next up we have, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm putting it up here. But the challenge itself, probably some of the most fun I've ever had in Cyberpunk. Absolutely a blast. Challenging, this is the issue though, right? Because it wasn't challenging, right? We had access to all of the cyberware. We had access to all of the skills. Like, because again, the goal was to create the strongest build that we could. It was the goated pipe run. Oh, and then would I do it again? Oh yeah. You best believe I would do this again. You best believe that I would slam more chooms with the pipe and quake on them and go into Militech Berserk. It was absolutely fun. It definitely was probably some of the most fun I've ever had in this game. was the pipe run. And I'm not just saying this because, you know, the pipe is a meme in the community. I'm not just saying this because, you know, other people say it's S tier. But yeah, no, absolutely an insane run. Beating the base game, doing Phantom Liberty, and then doing Don't Fear the Reaper, just all in all a great run. I guess I will say the only challenging part about it was getting a freaking pipe, since for some reason my luck with vendors is complete dog shit. All smashers. Oops, all smashers. Well, first of all, I didn't beat this challenge because the game soft locked and I could not progress. I don't know, guys. Oh, this is such a conflicting one because it's like, I'm still thinking about the cave and just being there for so freaking long. My first thought was like comparing it to Oops All Tyrants, because it's like Oops All Big Bosses. Probably as in the viewer's perspective, right? Like as you guys watching the stream and watching my suffering, it probably was an S tier experience. I'll give you guys that. I'll give you guys that one. Okay, it makes sense. I get it. But playing it was such a different level of like, I don't even know what the word is. As a viewer, the only problem was how buggy it was. Yeah, it was incredibly buggy. Maybe sometime it'll get updated, but it hasn't been updated since it came out, and that was like many months ago. So I don't see it happening anytime soon. Yeah, I think I'm thinking B tier, chat. I'll put it at the bottom of A tier. That's where I'm putting it. Lore accurate Rebecca. I think you know what? Even if we didn't get Don't Fear the Reaper, I think we did some justice for Rebecca. I do, you know. It definitely the challenging part was not having any cyberware except for Gorilla Arms. And it's so crazy because it's like without leveling up, that was not that hard, but without cyberware, it was so like weird. It was really difficult for some reason. So it definitely had a challenging aspect to it. Was it fun? Absolutely. I got to use the guts. Any playthrough I get to use the guts is automatically like an A tier, S tier even. Yeah, absolutely a goated run. Again, I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get Don't Fear the Reaper. I'll take the L on that. That's fine. I'm trying to think. Definitely better than No Killing Percent. Definitely better than Ghost Ship. Definitely better than RE4 Randomizer. Definitely more fun than RE2. Better than Throwing Knives, though? It's probably not. I think Throwing Knives was better. I'll do top of A. I think that's a good spot for it. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I definitely plan on doing more challenges in the future. I have a few other ideas, not just for Cyberpunk, but for other games as well. So hopefully you guys will be around for that. And yeah, this concludes it. Thank you for watching. Later. Okay, and then the video is done, and then we can actually start streaming. Lol.